Yeah, a lot of you may have realized that I'm pretty flippin' rich, right? I'm not the richest, I am no Jeffrey Bezos, right? But I'm not, I'm decently rich. And I was playing MM2 one day, and I was just sick and tired of people begging me for free shit. So I thought that it'd be a W video idea if I made a brand new account and started fresh, and to see how far I could get in like 1 or 2 days. So yeah, that's what I'm doing in this video. Make sure to like and sub, and let's get into it. The first step to being successful in MM2 is to be level 10, because if you guys didn't know, when you reach level 10, that's when you can trade. So here I'm level 6, as you can see, and I met this guy called Lewis like a couple rounds ago when I was playing, right? He asks what you can call me, and he doesn't know who I am, right? So I tell him I'm ZSK, he doesn't think anything of it. No, yeah. He then says that he wants to give me a surprise when I'm level 10, so I'm like, alright, bet, I've already made a good friend on this brand new account, who I do not know, by the way, and I've just met this guy.
Listen, 2-2, whatever your fucking name is, you fuck with me like that again.
I just like you more, brother.
Sorry.
Then I met this lady called Nellen. Alright, shout out to Nellen, she is a big part of the story.
Yeah, with that, mate.
We know you're lonely.
It's fine. I don't even use these pets, even if I'm under. I mean, even if I'm over, it's okay.
At the time of editing this, I only just realized how little I actually got, like, on footage. So, I got these 2 legendaries and a couple of, like, commons, right? And I traded them for, what's it called? Ice Flake? Yeah, I have screenshots of, like, most of the trades I did. So yeah, by day 1, I'd already obtained a snowflake. Sadly, my mic wasn't working in these clips. However, I was up. 1 day account, not even that, and I had already gotten a snowflake and all of this stuff. On day 2 around 1 PM I met up with Nellen and my new friend, I think his name is Lix? I don't know, Nix. I began making a name for myself within the MM2 community, meeting new people and making sure they know who the meth monster is, you know what I mean? They need to know that I am no ordinary bacon, and that I did a good job of that. So my friend Lewis joined, and I proposed a W offer to him where we were both at even value, but I would get more godlies. Plus he really liked Tensor, so we ended up doing this trade, just so I could get more godlies to my name. And by day 2, I now had 2 godlies to my name. Now for those of you wondering, how did you get Hansor? Last time I checked, you had Snowflake. Well, let me explain. So what I did is I traded my Snowflake for an Ice Dragon, getting me a profit of 3 value. I then traded that Ice Dragon for Hansor, same value, but I think Hansor looked better. And then, the rest is history. You see, in this game, you want to get a knife that is, of good value, but also looks nice. If the knife is ugly, no one wants it. I was then randomly blessed by this lady named Melina. After talking to her for a while, I built up the courage to ask her for a free comment, and she slid me this trade. Like, I promise you it's not scripted. I promise you. At this point, I just kept on playing the game with, making friends along the way, because it's not about the destination, it's all about the journey. But, I was low-key just making people look bad. Because I'm a bacon, I'm destroying entire lobbies over it, you know what I mean? In this clip, Nellen is randomly sliding me a free uncommon while I'm fighting someone. And this, when this was happening, it just kind of made me realize that I'm trading, getting free items while I'm beating someone in a 1v1. I could be one of the best players to ever touch this game, I'm not even joking. I'd like to quickly shout out all the names on the screen over here so far. These people have helped me out on my journey so crazily, just randomly giving me all their free stuff, and I couldn't thank them enough, you know what I mean? I met this person dressed up as Melina from Mortal Kombat, and if you guys know me, which you probably don't, you'd know that Melina is my favorite character. over the noob sidebar, and I met this guy. What is this? King of unemployment, bro. Like, look at this man's trophies. As you can see here, I was like, what the flip? This man had like every single thing in the game. Nalan then gave me an unholy W trade. She knew she was under, I let her know because I'm not a scammer, but she knew she was under and she still accepted. She gave me such a W trade, and this honestly helped me out so much. Now again, if you were actually paying attention, wakey, wake out of bed, if you were paying attention you would have noticed that I had Ice Dragon. Now you may be thinking, why would you do that? That's so stupid. No, at this time Ice Dragon was 12 value,
Let me think
not 10.
Should they be friends?
You see, for those of you who don't know a lot about MM2, values in the game are kind of like the stock market, you know, like they go up and down, like depending on what week. They literally have like no reason to increase or decrease other than like the high demand. So yeah, if you ever get confused about values, it's just the stock market. If you don't know what that is, you might be too young. Now with my new friend and quite frankly a business partner almost. This guy knew I was under, right? I told him I was under, but I could add any items of his choice. So he chose camo, candies and palm. And honestly, this was such a good trade on my behalf. And Max is a W businessman. This guy knows his values, he knows demand. I'm like, I hear this guy trading and I'm like, I'm so confused. How can a 10-year-old be this smart? So shout out to Max, bro. I then aimed for trades of minuscule profit, and I met Harper again from a couple clips back, and she said, you know, let me check values, and then she accepts anyways, even though she was under by like 3. So yeah, W trade on my behalf.
Look.
I then for some reason thought that Bioblade and Hallow's Edge were both the same value, and I wanted Hallow's Edge because it matches my bacon hair, so you know, a little lost, but who cares. In this clip, I killed so many. I killed hundreds, no, thousands. I'm pretty sure I killed like 3/4 of the lobby in this clip. And yeah, honestly, I'm only including this because it was so crazy. Like, look at this. Look at that nice 3-throw kill. It was now the end of day 2, and you know what? I decided to end the challenge here because my name is MethMonster72. It's going to get banned sooner or later, and I just didn't trust it. This guy gave me a free ice wing, so shout out to him. I'll be making a list of all the goats throughout this video. It will be on the credits, but yeah, this is my inventory at the end of the day. I got this much profit and this much value, and I gave it all to my account. Here is the list of every single goat that I've met throughout these past 2 days who have helped me so much for this challenge. It is possible to get rich just for having an account for 2 days. Literally check the day, bro. I made it. 2 days, godlies. Shout out to all of these people. All these people you see here, you know, shout out to them. I love each and every person on this list. You know, they really helped me out. Within 2 days, I managed to amass over 42 value of knives in total. 2 days, alright? You guys need to stop begging. You need to stop being like, oh, please, it's my dream. No one cares about your dream, bro. Just 2 days. In 2 days, if I can do it, you can. If I can do it, anyone can, bro. I had no external help. Everyone in this video I met through this singular account. They had no idea if I was a YouTuber until I told them at the end of the challenge, of course. At the end of the day, if you really want to get rich in MM2, you have to socialize and actually have a voice in the game. It is heavily luck-based, but also heavily skill-based. Not only do you need to be good at the game, but you also need to be good at talking to people and negotiating, and it's all about business at the end of the day. If you're playing for fun, play for fun, but you're not going to be rich. If you want to be rich, you got to learn that business. And please, please, please use Supreme Values. It is the superior value website. The developers of the game use it. You can watch their videos and all that stuff. Supreme Values is the GOAT. All you have to do, get a different device or a different tab, open it up on Google, search up Supreme Values MM2, and boom, you know values. It is that simple to learn. Again, thanks for watching. Shout out to the people who helped me, and yeah, drop me a sub.